Hello, and welcome to another one of Senor Johnson's Spanish podcasts. Okay, folks, we had a little technical error. Turns out, I didn't realize this until after I put it all together, that anytime I mention TPRS, my video with all the TPRS footage did not work. I apologize for it, and I will get up a later podcast with the TPRS symbols on it. So anytime in this podcast where I say, here's the TPRS, ignore it. All right? Talk to you later. Okay. Welcome to the very first podcast for Spanish 1. My name is Senor Johnson. Today we're going to be talking about the new vocabulary. More specifically, we're going to be talking about how to say hello and goodbye in Spanish. By the end of this podcast, you should be able to say hello and goodbye in Spanish. Very simple lesson. Let's go ahead and get started. First things first, personal space. How close do you feel comfortable to other people? How close is too close to other people? Would you feel comfortable if a complete stranger walked up to you and put their face 1 inch away from your face? Most likely not. And in fact, here in the United States, we have what we call personal space, and for most of us, personal space is anywhere between 6 and 12 inches. In some other countries, personal space means about 1 inch or so away. However, in Spanish-speaking countries, this is something important for you to know, personal space does mean 6 to 12 inches, just like it is here in the United States. So in other words, if you're in a Spanish-speaking country, you don't need to put your face up close to theirs. You don't need to keep yourself very far away to not disrespect anybody. You need to be about 6 to 12 inches, in other words, normal personal space for yourself. Just something you should know. Let's start with a little cultural extra. And this is something I did not say in class, so of course I'm probably going to use this as a bonus question on a quiz or test. I'm sure you've seen videos or pictures before of Europe, okay? I'm sure you've seen them kiss on the cheek. Did you know that in Spanish-speaking countries it is customary for when two women meet, or when a woman and a man meet, for them to kiss each other on the cheek, all right? You know, two good friends, they haven't seen each other in a while, they walk up, they might shake hands, they might hug, but they also kiss each other on the cheek, all right? It's just the way it is. In Spain, you get 2 kisses, 1 on each cheek, whereas in Latin America, you only get the 1 kiss on one of the cheeks. Most of the time, it's, both people kiss each other at the same time. They just, hit each other on the other side of the cheek. Now, like I said, that's a little bit extra. You might want to remember that for the next time. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our new vocabulary for today. First off, I'm going to pronounce the word for you in Spanish, okay? Then I'll give you the definition in English. Feel free to pause these recordings at any time so you can practice this to yourself. And thirdly, I'm going to show you the TPRS symbol for the word. Now, if you were absent in class today, TPRS means Total Physical Response Storytelling, all right, or Teaching Proficiency Through Reading and Storytelling. Either way, it's a hand motion, okay? It's a body motion. It helps you activate both hemispheres of your brain at the same time. It's good to be physical when learning, okay? So, if you think TPRS will work for you, by all means practice away. That's why I'm showing it to you. Let's go ahead and get started with the vocabulary. First word we have, hola. Hola. And that means hello. Hola means hello. Now for the TPRS. Next word, buenos dias. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. And that means good morning. Buenos dias means good morning. Here's the TPRS. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. If you can't trill, in case you didn't know, trilling is that rrr sound that you hear from me sometimes. If you can't trill your R's, don't have to. Okay, to do a hard R, an So, if you can trill, you're going to sound buenas tardes. If you can't trill, don't worry about it. You're going to sound buenas tardes. All right? Either way you pronounce it, it means good afternoon. All right? Here's the TPRS. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. And that means good evening. All right. Now, it is sometimes used for good night as well, but most of the time it's used for good evening. Here's the TPRS. Adios. 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 And of course, that means goodbye. Goodbye. Here's the TPRS. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. All right? Sorry. Hasta luego. Now, you notice that the H did not make a sound there. In Spanish, unless I tell you otherwise, H is always quiet. It's silent. It's not hasta luego. It's just hasta luego. All right, please remember that. All right, and that, of course, means see you later. It literally means till later, but we use it for see you later. Here's the TPRS. Hasta mañana. Hasta mañana. Hasta mañana. Hasta mañana. Notice that N with the squiggly mark? That's not a hard N sound. That's more of a ñ sound. So it's hasta mañana. Now, hopefully, you remember that hasta means till. Or we can also use it for see you. So we just got to figure out what that mañana part means. And the whole phrase means see you tomorrow. Mañana means tomorrow. All right? Hasta mañana. See you tomorrow. Here's the TPRS. Nos vemos. Nos vemos. Nos vemos. Nos vemos. All right? And that means see you later. Just like hasta luego, we use it for see you later. Nos vemos, we use it for the same thing. Now, there are differences in their literal translations. I told you a minute ago, hasta luego literally means till later. Nos vemos literally means we'll see ourselves. Okay? Different things for how you're going to say it. Hasta luego, nos vemos, they really are interchangeable. All right, let's do a little bit of a challenge here. You see 3 clocks here on the screen. All right, the first one is set, for those of you who can't read a standard clock, for 9 a.m., 9 in the morning. The second one is set for 3 p.m., 3 in the afternoon. The next one is set for 7 p.m., 7 at night. Now, my question is, how would you say hello to any of your friends that you happen to meet at these times? If you were to see a friend at 9 in the morning, what would you say? If you were to see a friend at 3 in the afternoon, what would you say? If you were to see a friend at 7 in the evening, what would you say? Go ahead and pause this podcast. Think about it. Answer to yourself. Write it down, however you want to do it. And then go ahead and start it up again. And we'll go over the answers. Okay. Here are the answers. If you were to see a friend at 9 in the morning, you say, buenos dias. Good morning. Literally good day. But, we use it for good morning. Buenos dias. Good morning. For your friend that you saw at 3 in the afternoon, you're going to say, buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Your friend that you see at 7 at night, you're going to say buenas noches. Good evening. Buenas noches. Good evening. All right, well, I hope this helped. I hope this worked. By all means, if you have any questions, send me an email at jjohnson2@ebrschools.org or log on to the website at http://blackboard.ebrpss.k12.la.us. Okay? Hop onto the discussion board. Post your comments about this latest podcast, and make sure you set us up for tomorrow. And hey, don't forget that cultural extra I gave you. Think about it. What do people usually do when they greet each other in Spanish-speaking countries when they're good friends and they see each other again? What do? Think about it. If you can't remember, rewind the video, watch it again. Talk to y'all later.